Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Selah moment. Thank you so much for being here with me again this week. I have a question for you. Have you ever had one of those desperate prayers, those prayers of desperation, where all you can say is, Jesus, save me? God, get me out of this. Or God, come help me because I don't know what to do. I don't know about you, but I certainly have been there. Now, today's teaching is going to be on just that. When you that's all you can do is scream and say, save me, Lord. Get me out of this. It may be a mess that you put yourself in, or it could be maybe just a random attack from someone or someone's, or even maybe attacks from the enemy. Nevertheless, it is something that you're going through that you have just reached your wit's end, and the only thing you can scream is, save me, oh God. And so today we are going to read Psalm 57, and this was written by King David. Some scholars say they believe that he wrote this when he was running away from Saul, or hiding from Saul. Either way, he was literally being chased down to be killed. And so this psalm was written probably in that time. And so if you have been, or maybe you are going through this right now, this season, I'm praying that this will help you. So let's go to Psalm 57. Starting with verse 1, it says, have mercy on me, O God, have mercy. I look to you for protection. I will hide beneath the shadow of your wings until the danger passes by. I cry out to you, God Most High, to God who will fulfill his purpose for me. Now, I want to pause there for a second. I love how David, and if you've been following this channel for a little while, you have begun, or maybe you have already seen it. There is a theme going on here when it comes to Psalms written by David. He has this theme of crying out to the Lord, confessing what's happening to him, and just screaming for help. But in his response, it's not only seeking the Lord for help, but it's also in praise and in worship. And I think that is something that gets so easily lost in the Christian life, where we're so easily going to God with our checklist and we're saying, God help me, God help me, I need this done, I need to get out of this, I need help with this. Now, obviously, there's nothing wrong with going to God for help. We are supposed to go to him for help. However, it's when it becomes this checklist, when you should be, well, obviously, like I said, you give him your petitions, but your primary focus should be in worship and in thanksgiving to him, not on your problems. And we can so easily fall into that, where all we're doing is screaming to God about our problems. So I want you to really, really hone in on how David has been doing it these past several Psalms, where he always, always goes back to praise and thanksgiving. And so here he's even taking it a step further, and he's acknowledging the faithfulness of God. So it's not even just praise and worship, but now he's acknowledging how faithful God is, that no matter what we do or say, his faithfulness remains the same. He cannot love you any less or any more than he does right now. That is unconditional love, unconditional faithfulness. And if there's anything you can be thankful for, it should be that, obviously. So David is reflecting on God's faithfulness. Verse 3, he says, He will send help from heaven to rescue me, disgracing those who hound me. So he knows that the Lord will send supernatural help. And I think that that is so wonderful that he may send someone in the natural, someone you know, maybe even a stranger to you that can help you or that will kind of show you Jesus in their own way. But the fact that he can also send supernatural help, that is a beautiful, beautiful reality that you can reflect on. Now it goes on to say, my God will send forth his unfailing love and faithfulness. And that's exactly what I was just talking about. That sometimes when you think of the word faithfulness, or if I tell you faithfulness, what is the first thing or things that come to your mind? It can be your spouse. It can be your parent. It can be a sibling. It can be a best friend. That's typically what you think of when you think of the word faithfulness. But the beauty of all of that is everything that I just named there, that's who Jesus is. He is all of those things. He is your best friend. He is your spouse. He is your father. He is your brother. He is all of those things. So isn't it beautiful to reflect on that for a second? When you typically think of maybe one person or several people, the word faithfulness can be summed up into one person, and that would be Jesus Christ. Verse 4, I am surrounded by fierce lions who greedily devour human prey, whose teeth pierce like spears and arrows, and whose tongues cut like swords. Now, again, I know that some people will say, well, you know, for some, words don't hurt you. And that may be true for some people who, when they're called something or someone says something against them, it just rolls off their back. And that is a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful gift to have. But for most of you, that may not be so. Some people will say, you know, what's that saying that people say where sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So many people have said that. But for a lot of people, that is not true. Words can pierce, and words can do, for some people, permanent damage to people's hearts, especially depending on who it's coming from. It can cause permanent damage in someone's life, in someone's heart. So yes, we absolutely need to be very careful with our words, what we say and who we say it to, because we never know how that person is going to take it. So that's what David is talking about here. He's talking about these people that are like fierce lions, and all they want to do is devour you. And he feels like he's being surrounded by those people. And verse 5, here's his response once again. Be exalted, O God, above the highest heavens. May your glory shine over all the earth. Again, his response is praise and worship. Verse 6, my enemies have set a trap for me. I am weary from distress. They have dug a deep pit in my path, but they themselves have fallen into it. And here it says interlude, or in other translations, it says Selah, which means to pause and think about it, to meditate on it. Verse 7, my heart is confident in you, O God. My heart is confident. Now, remember what we said in our previous live stream. When something is repeated twice in the Bible, God is trying to get your attention. He wants you to Selah that moment. He wants you to meditate on what he is saying if he's saying it twice. So that is something that I want you to say right now to yourself. My heart is confident. If you need to write it in the comments, or if you can write it in a sticky and put it on your mirror, put it on your fridge to remind yourself, my heart is confident. But it's confident in God, because that's what it says in verse 7. My heart is confident in you, oh God, my heart is confident. No wonder I can sing your praises. Wake up, my heart. Wake up, O lyre and harp. I will wake the dawn with my song. So now, not only is David talking about God's faithfulness, not only is he praising and worshiping him, but now he's singing. He is singing the Lord's praises. He wants instruments to be played. The lyre and harp are instruments. So now he's in full-blown worship. This is beautiful. This is exactly how we need to respond when we feel like we need to be saved, when we feel like we're in a corner and we're in the fetal position and we're surrounded by darkness. Our response should be singing his praises. There was, I can never remember who it is. So if any one of you know who it is, you can type it in for me. But for some reason, I can never remember what the guy's name was. But there was a martyr, a Christian, who was being burned at the stake. And he knew exactly what David did. I'm sure he was familiar with the book of Psalms, because as he was being burned at the stake, we're talking burned alive. Think about that. I don't want you to just say, oh yeah, he was burned at the stake. No, he's literally tied to a pole and he's being burned alive. How many of you would do anything else other than what this man did? When he was being burned alive, as the flames were coming up his legs and his flesh was melting off of his bones, do you know what this man was doing? He began to sing hymns. He began to sing and praise God. I want to be like that. I want to be able to look at death in the face and begin to worship. It's almost the same as Stephen when he was about to be stoned. Now, he didn't sing, but he did pretty much the same thing Jesus did, where he asked the Lord to forgive the people that were doing this to him. But again, can you imagine that man, I burned myself with a pot handle and it's blistering and the pain is unbearable. If you've ever had some kind of third-degree burns on your finger, in your hand, wherever, you know that it is excruciating pain. All of your nerves are alive and you feel all of it. So imagine your entire body being burned alive, and your initial reaction is to begin to sing praises to God. That's exactly what he was doing. And that is the direction David is going in this psalm. He is choosing to sing in the midst of his trials, in the midst of being chased down to be killed by Saul. His response is to sing praises to God. Verse 9, I will thank you, Lord, among all the people. I will sing your praises among the nations. Your unfailing love is as high as as high as the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the highest heavens. May your glory shine all over the earth, or shine over all the earth. That is absolutely beautiful. This is how we should be responding or reacting in the midst of persecution, in the midst of darkness, being surrounded by darkness, when the whole world seems to be caving in around you. Instead of screaming, "Oh Lord, save me, help me, help me." Again, nothing wrong with that. We give him our petitions. But our initial reaction should be, "Oh Lord, you are faithful. Your love is unending. And no matter what I'm going through, you will remain faithful because that is who you are. I know you will see me through this. And I will have joy in my heart because your word never changes. Your word is true. And your word says that I will have joy because I choose joy. I will sing your praises in the midst of this trial because no matter what is going on around me, no matter how I feel, no matter where my emotions are taking me, you are still faithful. Your love is still unconditional. And I am still your daughter or son. And there's nothing that can change that. There's hope in that. And I want you to find that hope, that truth in the word, that there is nothing that can separate you from the love of God. Nothing can pluck you out. If you remain in him, he remains in you. So I pray that you hold on dearly to that truth. Remind yourself if you need to be reminded. Again, like I said, put it on a sticky note, write it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. If you are the type of person that you can so easily be distracted and succumb to your surroundings, I want you to keep that reminder somewhere. So now I will make my short, important announcement. It is very exciting. I have now been affiliated with, as you can see here, you saw it here, my, let me pull it up. I use it every week, and it's this Bible app here. This is a Bible app that I use, and it's called Logos Bible app. And I have been approved to be one of their affiliates. So there is a link in the description, and you can get a free book with my affiliate link. And you can also get 17 different resources that I believe are 99 cents and up. I mean, it's ridiculously cheap. So if you would not mind, it doesn't cost you anything. It's whatever you buy, it's face value. But because I'm affiliated with them, Logos will give me a small percentage of the proceeds. So that will also help keep the channel going. And it will obviously go to the ministry and other ministries that I support. So if you so feel inclined to, you can look through their library. They have so many different resources. I mean, from Bibles, digital Bibles, to commentaries, to devotional books. They have everything there. So if you are looking for something like that already, you know, instead of going on Amazon or something like that, I just ask that you check out the affiliate link and see what they have to offer. And I just truly, truly appreciate you. And it is very, very exciting to be an affiliate with the Logos Bible app, Bible software. I use them every single week. They're very, very easy to use. The software is very easy to use. So you can download it on your phone or you can have it on your desktop. And they have every translation you can think of. And some of them are free and some of them you have to pay for depending on which translation you want. But again, it's so nice to just have so many different resources right in the palm of your hand. But I thank you so much. I thank you to my channel members. I truly, truly appreciate you. Um, there is, there are no words to express how much I appreciate my channel members. And at the end of this stream, you will see a list on the screen of all of our channel members as a special thank you to them, and just to honor our channel members. And if we receive any new ones, I will be sure to update that list at the end of the stream. But I thank you so much. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. God bless everyone. I see you next week.